Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive videoscopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. Hello, fabulous Superstar Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of June 2021. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. And especially for you, of all the signs out there, this is going to be an especially notable month for you. The big news, of course, is the solar eclipse in your sign. I touched on this last week. I've been telling you about this as we've been going along, week to week, in fact, and the year ahead videoscope. I mean, there's just so much importance placed on what is coming up this month with this eclipse. It is a solar eclipse, which means a brand new beginning. And for some Geminis, it's going to feel like it comes out of nowhere. And it is a beginning rooted in self, who you know yourself to be, what matters to you most, what matters to you first. It is deeply rooted in identity, and there are fresh starts, fresh horizons out there for you. This is you knowing yourself differently than you did before. And I have seen dramatic changes take place in people's lives when it is that they have a solar eclipse in their sign. Now, if it is that your birthday falls within, I would say 7 days, but let's say as close to the 10th as possible, right? I would give it 7 days on either side. But let's just say the 10th. That is when the solar eclipse happens. If you've got a birthday around this time, you are going to feel this energy all year, but really all Geminis out there are going to find this a month that changes them in some notable way. So these changes are deeply personal, but they can have huge consequences in your life. They can have you deciding to go completely different directions and completely different paths. You won't see an eclipse again in your sign for years until we get to the later part of this decade. And so this really is your moment. This is your time. And this is your time to get honest with yourself, about yourself. Mercury is retrograde in your sign for the first 3 weeks of this month and is going to be hand in hand with this eclipse, which tells me that on the one hand, mind is a very important part of how it is that you come to understand the changes taking place within you. Conversation is a very important way in which you come to understand whom it is that you now are. But it's more than that, because this is your ruling planet after all. And what happens with your ruling planet is that much more meaningful to you. And so the changes now, they reach to identity, they reach to your most immediate priorities, but it's that much more meaningful as well. And so I have shared some examples before. I have seen dramatic changes take place in people's lives when they have an eclipse in their sign, and for you in particular, a solar eclipse in your sign. I have seen lots of people leave relationships, change jobs. I've seen people quit drugs. I've seen that quite a bit. I knew somebody who went vegan at an eclipse. I know another person who started eating meat after being vegan for over 10 years at an eclipse. And so there's all kinds of ways in which this energy can come together, but it really is rooted in whom it is you know yourself to be. And so fresh chapters are on the horizon. So all else that's happening this month, I want to say it's there, yes, but the emphasis is on you. The emphasis is on the solar eclipse. Stay aware, stay open, see what it is that the universe wants you to understand about yourself and whom it is you now are, the truth about you, and the truth that you are now ready to live. All of that is going to come to the surface around this eclipse and is going to change you in some way. On the 21st, Mercury will go direct in your sign. There is going to be some light bulb moment that does take place for you at that time and encourages you to move forward in some way. On the 24th, just 3 days later, we are going to have a full moon. Now, this full moon is taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with profound and meaningful transformation. It has to do with getting to the core, getting to the truth of yourself and of a matter. And it also connects you to financial institutions. So this full moon is making a beautiful alignment with Jupiter right now, moving through the very top of your sky, having to do with career and social standing, all stuff that I spoke about in the Jupiter special horoscope. I'll link to the YouTube video in the description below. Having said that though, this is very powerful energy for you, whether it is that you're using this to connect with some core truth, some core motivation within, so that you can be that much more open to that Jupiterian energy of aligning with legacy. This can also be you being more honest with yourself about some issue, some emotional issue in particular, psychologically more deeply honest with yourself in a way that leaves you feeling changed. But of course, many Geminis out there may use this energy to access resources. And where it is that you're hoping to secure funding, especially when it's connected to some goal that you are hoping to move towards, well, it can be this energy that can be very powerful, that can invite you to actually reach out to different financial institutions and have a pretty good chance, have better than average chances, I would say, to secure that funding that you're hoping for. Things like grants, loans, bursaries, insurance payments, tax returns, benefits you qualify for, all of those can go very well for you at this time. Now, where it comes to matters of love, it is going to be the second of the month that Venus will leave your sign and move into a part of the sky that has to do with self-esteem and self-worth. So it is going to be love and self-love that become intimately connected for you for most of the month. This energy will be there right to the 27th of June. So for most of this month, you are having to look at how it is that your own sense of self-value, self-love, self-esteem is showing up in your romantic life. For those of you open to meeting someone new, well, it can be at this time that you do attract romantic experiences that invite you to consider where you are in terms of self-love as well. Now, there are a few different ways to understand this. So this is where it gets interesting, where sometimes we attract people who treat us better than we expected, and that can be the learning. Sometimes we may attract people where we feel as if something within tells us, no, I deserve better. Either way, you get to the same destination, self-love being connected to romantic experiences now. For those of you just starting to date somebody, it may be at this time that you are feeling like you want to be more generous with this person in some way, but just be a little bit careful with that, where it is that perhaps money and self-love and money and what you believe you bring, it seems like it might have moments where it gets a little bit murky. So I just want you to be mindful of that. But for all that, this can be a time when you are asking yourself where you are in terms of self-love and how it is that this person may be reflecting that back to you. For those of you in an established bond, well, generosity is a little bit different in established bonds. You may feel that you want to be more generous with your partner and it seems that you have it to give. Venus in this part of the sky can bring with it a boost of income and also a boost of spending as well, especially romantic oriented spending. So some of that may be operating here. However, at the same time, we do have that full moon in a part of the sky that has to do with profound vulnerability. It has to do with your spouse's income. There could be some good news there as well, especially at that full moon. And it may be at this time, at that full moon, that you are feeling that much more bonded with this person that you love based on a greater depth of sharing. What I love about this month for you, well, look, there's a lot here. It's a powerful time, but it really is all about the solar eclipse in your sign. As you begin the month, we are in that period between eclipses, and we had that full moon, total super full moon lunar eclipse took place in your opposite sign. So as you're beginning the month, there may be a focus on another person, but that is going to shift. And we get to the eclipse in your sign and you come to understand something about you. and whom it is you know yourself to be. And that is a powerful, fresh start ready to happen. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership rate at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Superstars get expanded exclusive videoscopes each and every week for each and every sign, plus access to a live full moon party with me online every single month. Higher tiers get you things like unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Link is in the description below. I look forward to meeting you there. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.